All right, so check this thing out. I don't think I've made a dedicated video on what is one of the most freaking amazing things that I sell, and that is the Nussbaum Sprinter 7. And this is a darn clean install. Their little channel, or little U channel, we set up here on the Swiss tracks to hide the hydraulic lines, and then the setup that Mike has installed here with the Bosch submerged pump. The Sprinter 7 comes with the same pump as the Jumbo 9, the 9,000 pound lift. The 7,000 pound lift has a little bit different handle on how it operates. But this is a scissor lift. You could in-ground recess this if you wanted to. We just put it on top. I couldn't do an in-ground installation here because we're actually on a second story here in Helen. But this is the full option setup in black. So this is the ramped slash lift setup. We actually take off there's like a special like yellow side thingy, caution thing that we pulled off. So I'll deny it in court that you shouldn't take yours off, but we took ours off to make it look pretty. But the one disadvantage to this type of lift, they call this a portable lift. It weighs like, I don't know, 1,200 pounds. So it's not very portable, but theoretically you can put a wheel under it and move the thing around if you needed to. You really want to fix it to the ground. So this is actually concrete anchored. I'll show you those in a second. But this is the full 40-inch mid-rise setup. We have roughly 8.5 foot at our low point here. So to do a full rise lift really wouldn't be useful in this garage. So save ourselves some money and get ourselves a setup that is a bit more functional. Operation is really pretty simple. There's no brake on this. It has a redundant pump or hydraulic pump system. So theoretically, there's 3 sections that have to fail at once, which is theoretically impossible. So you don't need any latch. You don't need any air. All you need is a 220 volt connection. So you do need a 15 amp 220 volt connection in order to wire this. But this will come up to a full 40-inch height, which is usable on a stool, so certainly you're not going to walk under this, but if you had a stool. The only disadvantage to this type of lift versus the regular is it does have the joining beams that connect the two, so that's where a recessed application would really be useful if you had finished the floor above it, you kind of poured around it, but in our setup here, it's super functional. Most of what I'm going to do on this is detailing, but if you wanted to change an exhaust, you needed to fix a clutch, change the clutch, short shifter, basically anything you down the middle of the car you can access. A lot of classic cars will have brake lines that run down the side, but I mean, how often are you messing with that kind of stuff? The ramps are really important. The ramps lift the car another 2 inches. Otherwise, when this is sitting down on the floor, you would have the frame rails would be sitting on the lift, and you need to be able to put a jack pad in place in order to jack up or lift up the car. These extension ramps are really important. This is one of the things the bend packs don't have. They do, what am I doing here? You don't have to push the button to take the latch off. You just lift up. And so you have full extensions. So you have like M5 or larger wheelbase cars. The new M3 your jack points are out wider than this. Like the Bendpack SP7X, which is another lift I like. You have to put some weird extension piece on, and so these are just much more practical for most normal size sedans to operate. So when I put this down, it'll go a lot slower than when you have a car on it when it's weighted. But you can just see the quality of the hydraulic piston. Things are freaking beautiful. Just a German piece of art. So these ramps, these are the ones that we have fixed. We actually have these concrete anchored. These are from Nussbaum. We had these made specifically so that you could drive a lowered car, or most sports cars, and have the jack points not interfere. Let me show you the jack pads that I use. These are from a company called Book out of Germany that we import. Very expensive because we bring them in air freight, but this is a magnetic type. So you put these at the jack point, and so you can see why you need the additional ramps in order to have enough room between the frame rail or the jack point of pretty much any sports car and the lift. You don't want to be jacking up your car on your side skirts or anything like that. So you need some sort of jack pad in order to do that. So make sure you grab a set of these. These are my favorite. Benpack has some that are basic. There's lots of other basic versions. These are fancy German-made awesomeness. Another option that some of our professional detailers have decided to do is you could use race ramps, or these are from the same company that makes the jack pad. These Book ramps are about the same price as the metal ones, so I would suggest you get the metal ones. But if you needed something a little bit more portable, you could buy these. They weigh about 100 pounds a piece, and put those in the same position in order to get your car up on the lift. So right now, today, 2023, you're at $57.75 for the lift alone in blue, black. It's another $300 if you want a custom gray finish. We can really have it done in any finish you want for a few $100. I think you basically pay for the powder coating. And then the ramps are another $1,070. So you're $68.45, I believe, is the pricing if you were to get the setup as you see it here today. But all the Nussbaum lifts are available at obsessedgarage.com. Even ones that aren't on the site, we can custom order anything you need, 2-post, 4-post. They're parking stackers, all that kind of stuff. If you need any of that stuff, we'd be happy to consult and would really appreciate your business. So hit us up, we'd be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.